Hey, Rob here for Quadratec.com. Today we're out here in Southern California and we're checking out TMG's R&D facility. Now TMG is the powerhouse behind some of your favorite off-road truck, SUV, and Jeep brands, including Rubicon Express, ProComp, Smittybilt, G2 Axle and Gear, and Poison Spyder. Now this facility allows them to combine all of their different research, design, engineering, and fab teams together underneath one roof. So why don't we head inside and check out just how they bring new products from concept to creation here at TMG. So here in this facility, they have a full team of designers and engineers that are dedicated to each brand. But not only that, they have a team of fabricators for each brand as well. So the guys that are in here working on projects from concept can see them all the way through to completion because they have a full R&D install and fabrication shop right through this door. As you can see, they have a massive amount of space out here with tons of install bays, lifts, and vehicles to test all the projects that they're working on. And we're gonna go talk to the man in charge here. Hey, Jake.
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Good. So this is Jake. He runs the R&D facility here for TMG. Jake, tell me a little bit about the facility that you guys have here.
So we just moved in at the beginning of the year. We've been here for about 9 months now. We've got 24,000 square feet. It's all R&D only.
Right.
So we have CAD and engineering inside and everything from full prototyping and machine shop and installation outside.
Right. So you guys can really see projects all the way from concept, birth, through creation and testing, the whole deal here.
Yep, the whole deal. We can start in the morning with a design and a concept, create the prints, send them out to plasma, get them plasma cut in the shop, get them through press break, go through machine shop if we have to, and get them on the fabricator's bench by that afternoon and be test fitting, say, the following morning.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then you guys have dedicated space in here for each of the brands, but as you can see, everything's kind of tied together. So not only you guys working independently, but you got a lot of collaboration going on.
A lot of collaboration. Again, the guys are right on the other side of the wall. The designers, engineers can come up with a concept and idea based off design requirements from the brands, bring it out to the shop floor, again, by mid-morning, collaborate, talk to the fabricators, make sure it's good as far as manufacturability goes, and they can start prototyping immediately. We can bring the CAD out, get it fabricated. Obviously, there's some movement when you got a lot of welding going on the part and some tolerances and allowances that have to be taken into consideration. So we'll bring those back inside. We can scan it and validate that we haven't gone outside of those requirements.
Right. And then, so under this facility, you've got R&D, but just a few minutes up the road, you guys have manufacturing too.
Correct. 15 minutes across town, full manufacturing is running almost 24/7. So if they have questions, issues, or if they just grow their capabilities, we're tied in with them and not, having to hunt and search.
Right. And then you guys are also maintaining and creating a lot of the welding fixtures and things like that that manufacturing is using. So I would imagine that gives you guys total control over a quality of product that's coming out.
Correct. Yeah, we do all the fixtures in-house here, and again, the engineering team, the fabrication team for that specific brand who knows the product the best is the ones controlling that fixturing, so we know we're holding the critical tolerances and getting manufacturing a good solid fixture.
Awesome. Why don't we take a walk around the shop and check out what's going on?
Awesome.
So I'm over here in the G2 corner of the R&D facility with a familiar face. Bob, it's always good to see you.
Good to see you, Rob.
So we've been familiar with Core 44 for quite some time now. Tell me what you guys are working on here.
This is our expansion to the program. We're developing a front YJ housing. That's going to be set up so it could be a spring under, as possibly as well as a spring over application as well.
So you guys have the ability here to go ahead and get all the bracketry needed for those different configurations set up. And then I would assume you can go ahead, test fit it in different Jeeps, see what works, check clearances, tolerances, things like that.
Yeah, what we'll do here is design all the brackets, make sure everything fits. And then once we agree and sign off on the bracket design, then we design weld fixtures. So from there, the weld fixtures are built and set up for manufacturing, and then sent over to manufacturing so they can go into production with it.
And manufacturing is just a few minutes up the road for the Core 44.
Exactly, yeah. So that way, it's great because they can be back and forth, so if there's any issues, engineering can run up there, make sure everything's still to spec, inspect the weld fixtures, make any corrections needed. So that way we can make sure that it's a constant fit. on the product.
Right, have real tight control over the whole thing.
Exactly.
Right from the start all the way through the finished process, because once it leaves manufacturing, it heads up to your other facility in Compton to get fully set up for the customer.
Correct, yeah, up in our Compton facilities where we do the final assembly. So once it gets there, we set up the ring and pinions, the lockers, put the axles in, crate it up, and then ship it to the customer.
That's awesome. Bob, thanks for taking time to meet with us today.
Rob.
We're gonna go check out what else is going on here in the shop. So over here with Ryan, ProComp, and you guys are working on some new suspension components in here, right?
We have some fantastic new stuff. We've got some dual durometer bushings, which are really going to soften up the ride on-road and still have good flex off-road.
Yeah.
We've got all kinds of new products, but basically what we're doing here in the shop is making sure that this car is ready for the general public. We go through a rigorous series of tests. We're often doing cycling, making sure the tires fit in the wheel wells, nothing rubs. And then we do a lot of ride and drive. We drive on the blacktop, we drive in the desert, and we try to get a good general sense of feel for the vehicle.
Yeah, the full testing in the vehicle to ensure that, you know, if you tell a customer, hey, you can run a 35-inch tire with this kit, run a 35-inch tire.
That's right. You know, and we're not talking about just suspension. We also check the wheel and tire offsets, and we work with a bunch of different wheels, bunch of different tires. Right. And then because we're an all-encompass company, we also check the fitment of the fenders and what fender aftermarket applications will fit with our tires and suspension.
Yeah. And you guys are all pretty experienced in this too. You guys just aren't here, you know, stuck in this little world in the shop where you're testing and fitting. You guys have a lot of collective years of experience.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know.
So me personally, I've been on a couple of different race teams. I've owned my own shop. I've been at this facility now 11 years. And all the guys in here have some sort of racing background, so we understand what it takes to go off-roading and have a good time and make it to the finish line.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part. It's being able, you know, my specialty is suspension, but we have guys over there that really do know fit and finish and how to make a car come together. And that's what completes the package, is being able to work with brands like Smittybilt or, you know, any of these other brands that make, you know, the whole thing come together for us.
Right. That's awesome. Ryan, thanks for taking a couple minutes out of your day. We're going to keep heading down, check out what else is going on.
Sure, awesome.
Cool, so we're making our way down the line here. Another familiar face, Glenn, always good to see you, buddy.
Rob, hey, it's fantastic to have you out here at our Chula Vista new R&D facility.
Dude, and yeah, like you mentioned now, you know, we talked to Jake a little bit earlier, and he was saying this is a new facility for you guys. You've only been in here less than a year, but this is quite the expansion over where you guys used to have to cram all this R&D into.
It's much simpler now, having guys with the room and the ability to do all the work. R&D, we have all the machinery we need. We have lasers, we have press brakes, everything that we need, CNC machine, everything our R&D guys need. We don't have to wait and cut it in between the manufacturing process to get some of that machine time. Everything is dedicated here, and all that's just, end of the day, it speeds up a process to put out fantastic product with the synergies of all the brands, not just Smittybilt, but all of TMG.
So, like you mentioned, you've got, you know, we've got an XJ on the lift right here behind us.
Yes, sir.
We've got a Smittybilt bumper and winch, working with Rubicon Express suspension components, working with G2 Core 44 axle components. So all these things are tied together, and the customer knows that they're all going to work, and they're not going to be modifying everything.
The one fantastic thing we got to say about our customer base, which is the Jeep enthusiast, you know, they're not just going to have one accessory, they're going to have a lot of accessories. So we got to make sure our accessories work and play nice with other accessories.
Yeah, and like you said, because you're all working together and you're making these changes, it's nice that you've got your fabricator right here, only a few steps away from your industrial designer, your engineer, who can make these running changes quickly and efficiently, ultimately bringing the product to the market, to the customer quicker.
The transfer technology is very transparent. Allows our guys to work really quickly. Everyone's input is valid and validated. End of the day, to make sure we put out a fantastic product for the consumer.
That's awesome, Glenn. You better make sure you got all these keys locked up, because there's a bunch of Jeeps in here, man, and I got the itch to take a few of them off-road.
Well, don't worry, I'm gonna keep my eye on you the rest of the day.
All right. That's going to wrap up our day here at the TMG R&D facility. We can't say thanks enough to the guys for bringing us out and giving us a sneak peek at what goes on behind the scenes, bringing you new products all the way from concept to manufacturing. Now, we hope you guys at home enjoyed your time as well. There were some really cool things going on here, even some things that they wouldn't let us film and show you, so you got to make sure you keep your eyes peeled for what's new coming down the line from TMG. Of course, if you've had any questions about what we saw here today, well, you can leave them for us in the comments section below. And if you like today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to make the best of my time here in Southern California. Until next time, I'm Rob. I'll see you guys out on the trail.